There once was a king who ruled the land of Gondwa, and all who opposed them ended up in the jaws of death. None were discriminated, hence he was dubbed the tyrannical king. Respected, but not without fear. Even the greatest of kings have their demons. The water dragon. One to consume everything. One to drown his enemy. When the king least expected it, he launched an attack. The king fought back, but after being caught off guard, there was nothing he could do. Once a great king, now nothing more than food for the water dragon. But the water dragon did not consume his everything. The king had an heir. Hidden away from the claws of the dragon, and soon to be born. I wonder, will this prince ever become king? Every significant creature of this planet has at one point in time been a defenseless little child. Curious and ignorant, though ignorant can be debated. Unlike creatures like humans, a juvenile rex has many natural enemies. He already knows to be wary of everything. His current location grants him some cover from bigger predators. Thick vegetation makes moving quite a hassle for big creatures. Coming out to the opening is dangerous, and doing something simple as just going for water could be the death of you. Underneath the surface, a creature who gives even the biggest of predators nightmares. Sarcosuchus. Our young prince is lucky. With the colder temperature, the Sarco won't be as active. Without the sun to empower the cold-blooded reptile, the Sarco simply doesn't have the energy to go after our prince. Danger from the water are at the moment somewhat manageable, but on land there's only one thing separating our prince from danger. On the other side of the river, a pair of Giganotosaurus are chasing a young Pechnonomosaurus. Again, a prince is lucky. That young Pycno could have just as easily been him. The only difference is our prince was smart enough not to leave the density of the forest for the big open plain. The plain is home for many of the big creatures, but the forests aren't completely 100% safe either. Having a shelter for hiding is essential for survival. As a juvenile, our young prince stand no chance in a fight. Like modern-day meerkats, standing on a tall vantage point and scouting for enemies will prevent you from being caught off guard. And with the rising sun, the Sarcos have gotten more active. As long as our prince are on land, he will be safe from the Sarcos. Sarcos are ambush predators and semi-aquatics. Leaving the water will put them at a massive disadvantage. But his hiding places are not meant for hiding from Sarcos. A Dilophosaurus. A true relic from the earliest stages of the dinosaur lineage. His species might be one of the oldest on Gondwa. It is from Dilophosaurus and many other species from around the same time period where we can see the kickstarter of massive growth. Out of what carnivore species who were apexes at their specific time, Dilophosaurus might be the oldest, while the Tyrannosaurus is the youngest. Having escaped from his millions-of-year-old grandfather, our prince finds himself on the outskirts of the forest. He is more vulnerable here. Only the fog is what's keeping him out from the eyes of the predators. He needs water and can smell a pond nearby. Lucky for him, this watering hole is too small to satisfy Sarcos. He can drink without concern from the water. Of course, he still can't afford to let down his guard. He's not the only creature to seek water. Megalania. A gigantic lizard. A nightmare for juveniles like our prince. Knowing this and seeing this creature coming out of the forest, our prince have no other choice but to escape into the large open field of green hills. Unbeknownst to our prince, the Megalania are more interested in the watering hole. More interested than turning our prince into food. This gigantic lizard is a creature who appeared millions of years after the age of the dinosaurs. They even went extinct thousands of years before the dawn of man. Still, their descendants, the Komodo dragons, are still one of the most respected carnivores of the modern world, and apexes of their habitat. Having escaped from the supposedly threat, our young prince enjoys the time in the light. Not many carnivores enjoys the rough terrain of ups and downs, so he can afford to spend time leisuring in the sun. He also meets an unexpected creature. A young Sarcosuchus. Sarcosuchus are creatures of water. Seeing one on land are quite rare. It doesn't seem dead, and a prince is ready to taste his first blood. However, Tyrannosaurus Rex, having one of the best visions of the dinosaur kingdom, spots another famous baby killer, the Quetzalcoatlus, the giant terror who brings death from the sky. Some says that he has the height of a giraffe, but others says it was even taller. With a wingspan bigger than the world has ever seen, he can fly long distances, and from high altitude, he can spot young defenseless dinosaurs on the ground and swoop down and get a quick meal. With almost nothing to cover himself, our prince is in grave danger, and he needs to make a run for it towards the trees. Even on ground, the Quetz is quite dangerous, and only adults are capable of fending off these prehistoric nightmares. After these are gone, it will take millions of years for the sky to once again be filled with gigantic oversized flyers. Although next ones will be bigger, they will be made out of metal and capable to cause way more destruction. If our prince wishes to stay in the sun, he too will have no other choice but to become bigger. Like the child that he is, he runs to escape his oblivion. With a simple goal in mind, survive, become bigger, then get all the females. That being said, one more thing lingers. The death of the one before him and the one who caused it. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was a clever animal, but I wonder, will revenge give him any pleasure? Does the aspect hold any meaning to him? Does becoming king make him even stronger? I can only wait. An Argentinosaurus, one of the, if not the biggest land animals to have ever existed on the earth. After they disappeared, Earth may never again see life grow into these massive sizes. Although this Argentinosaurus are still not the biggest, he is simply not adult, just a subadult. In a few more years, he will be too big for most carnivores to tackle, and even now he's too big for many carnivores, but not a prince. He himself is a subadult and borderline adult. If he can take down one of the biggest land creatures to have ever existed, then he has no doubt completed a rite of passage. This is getting dangerous. Although our prince has one of the strongest bites ever seen in the animal kingdom, he's still just a subadult. This comes down to who can land the finishing blow first. The rite of passage has been completed. Our prince will soon be a full-fledged adult, and he has earned the right to call himself a successful hunter. But is he still king yet? First thing first, the water dragon has once again awoken, and are heading towards Gondwa's shore. It would seem that he has detected a new threat, one he is determined to get rid of. Our former prince, now a full-fledged adult, does not run away and will face him head on. Two forces of unstoppable power, clashing head-on. Normally, the stronger force would win, but if they are equal, they would both neutralize each other, if not destroy each other. That being said, what fuels these powers? One sees the other as a threat and decides to get rid of it, and like before, it will consume anything on its path. The other, revenge for the fallen and determination to reclaim the throne. Honestly, if that was actually true, then this battle would be pointless. I'd even call it ugly. The aspect of kingship are just arrogance and superiority complex. They have no place in a world of survival. If I am to compliment you humans for anything, then I'd say you did good by going away from that ideology. However, superiority complex and arrogance in dinosaurs, I wonder how that would turn out.